Welcome to Candid Conversations with Candidates, sponsored by Crowing Power in partnership with the Brainerd Lakes Chamber and Lakes Media Collaborative. I'm Kathy Nagorski with your Brainerd Lakes Chamber, and joining me is Bill Cruz, candidate for Brainerd School Board. Welcome. We're glad you could join us.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. We'll start with your opening comments, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Bill Cruz, and I am seeking a vote to become a Brainerd 181 School Board member. I am a resident of Nisswa, have lived here since 2007. I have two children who are also part of the Brainerd School District. One is a starting freshman this year, and another one is a 7th grader at Forest View Middle School. I am also a small business owner. I own Adirondack Coffee of Nisswa on Main Street. And I have owned it for approximately 4 years, going on 5. And on any given day, you will also see my children who also work there.
If elected, tell us what your top priority would be.
The number one priority, I think, is that we need to be more respectful and responsive to the community in which we actually serve. I see a disconnect between the school system itself and the community, and especially the children itself.
What are your budget priorities, and how would you pay for them?
Well, you know, the Brainerd School District has a $70 million a year budget. I mean, $70 million, that's real dollars that we spend. We spend on average $12,000 per student every year. And for the last 5 years that I've lived here in Brainerd, the district has failed to achieve adequate yearly progress. So where does all that money go? $12,000, and we cannot meet adequate yearly progress, which essentially affects special education. Last year in particular, we failed to meet that in graduation rate.
Does that mean that special education would be a priority for you? Is that what your budget priority would be?
Yes, it is. Previously, 5 years, I've worked as an educational assistant for the Brainerd School District. The last 3 years as an educational assistant in the early childhood special education program in Nisswa Elementary. So yes, special education is something that I hold near and dear, which is why I also went back to school, and I'm a full-time student at CLC College.
Okay. Give me 3 things with the crowded field of candidates for Brainerd School Board that distinguish you from the other candidates.
I am a parent of a special needs child, and I've worked primarily with special needs children. That's number 1. Number 2, I am a lifelong educator. I do believe that parents are the first and lifelong educators of their children. Thirdly, I've worked in the public school setting, and we need to do something differently in order to achieve better goals.
Employers are looking for a skilled workforce. What will you do to ensure that students are prepared to enter the workforce?
That's exactly right. Most of these young ladies and gentlemen will end up living here in Brainerd or the Brainerd Lakes area. We need to provide them with a better education so they can better function in the world. A lot of businesses will be growing here, so there will be no need to leave this area. So we need to do a lot better job of educating our children.
I think we've touched on this question, but what do you think is the school's biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge is the cooperation and involvement of the parents and the community that it serves. It's kind of a disconnect, again, I say, between the school district, the system, the children, and the parents of those children. There needs to be cooperation. It should be a partnership. It shouldn't be us and them. It needs to be a partnership in this whole system thing.
We've completed our questions. Bill, is there anything else that you'd like to share with potential voters?
Yes, anyone who knows me knows that I am heavily involved in my community. I am volunteered in a number of civil, civic, and religious organizations, most of them having to deal with the betterment of our young children. That's all I want. I want to make sure that these children are taken care of so that for their future, And that's what we need to do. We need to involve the parents more. We need to go back to teaching, go back to basics, and teach our children instead of being psychologists, psychiatrists, nutritionists. Just be teachers and teach our children.
Thank you. And thank you for watching Candid Conversations with Candidates. Please learn more at votebrainerdlakes.com, and remember, vote on November 6th.